Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of It's a Progressive World, a lighthearted podcast about everything and nothing. As always, you can find timestamps down below, and please like and subscribe. Alrighty, Sam, another nice little mini show here. We're definitely not short of content these days, I would say.
I think we were a bit short of actual content this week, but we did manage. I mean, the bullshit that came through the YouTube, really. I mean, it was a
Hey, I
slugfest
didn't
of
say
some
high
kind.
quality content,
So
but
the good point, good point. Yes, yes, you're right. A lot of carbs this week. We've got. So Anna is still on the. A lot of people are still making content about Anna stuff. We're going to talk about, Anna Kasparian leaving the TYT or not leaving the TYT. Oh, I'm here, but I'm not here. We don't know. Then we're going to talk about race and racism in America, and I think we're going to finally answer the question that are Black Americans racist? And it seems yes, they are. At least some of them. Joking, joking. Then we're gonna go to U.S. elections. Marianne and RFK had a bit of a. I mean, it's not so much of back and forth as in RFK had a bit of a mishap of some kind. He can't shut up about the whole fucking COVID stuff and targeted bioweapons. So he got a mishap, and then I think Marianne is trying to sort of like a parasite, sort of leech off of that, so to speak, a bit of energy. She also had some drama regarding herself. Then we're going to talk a little bit of sports, and then at the end, maybe come back to politics a little bit. And it's a big week for sports. Our sports expert Camille is gonna. We
no,
had
no, I'm
the
still
we had
working.
the thing. We had the Wimbledon.
Yeah, that I watched, I mean,
You're still
clips
working
of
as
it.
a.
That I watched parts
Yeah.
here and there. I like took at least two naps during the game. It was 5 hours, the Wimbledon
I
final.
heard it was. Yeah, I heard it was a crazy one
Like literally
because
five
he
minutes
was two
short of
sets
5 hours.
behind. He
No,
came back
one.
from.
No, no, no. He only fell one behind,
He
but
was
the
one
first
set
one,
behind.
yeah, but Alcarez lost the first one like 6-1 in like 2 minutes. But
Jesus.
then
Oh
yeah,
wow.
he came back. But yeah, five. I literally no, because yeah, I like watching tennis, but definitely I can't watch like a game in one go or half.
No,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, if you're with other people, of course, because then you're
yeah.
drinking, really.
If you're with other people,
But
you can do a lot of stuff.
exactly. But yeah, on its own, I never understood the whole. That's the thing. I never understand watching any sports because
Yeah, no, I mean other ones like some I can, like football, I'm entertained for a good 60,
that's
70
I
minutes.
find that so weird.
But I just
But
can't
yeah, good.
stand it when sports stop and tennis, especially Wimbledon, I think even
I
more
agree.
stops because like the floor is more slippery or something. They like hit a serve and the other guy hits it and then okay, like it either like went in or it's I mean of course there's some good plays, but then
You
it's
know,
again stop serve next guy.
I 100% agree with you there, and I think the root of my anti-American sort of stance is actually when I was a kid, I used to like basketball, American football, hockey. Like, why there are
No,
so
they're
many goddamn
surreal.
stops, man?
They're
It's
next
so
level.
annoying. And when the basketball one, I remember was a bit more than the other ones, from what I
Yeah.
recall. Is that true, or
I mean,
they're like
I,
breaks every 2 seconds?
I want to
They're
say
like,
yeah, only because basketball I know more and I can imagine when it happens. Like I know when it happens. But the other
I see.
ones too, man, like hockey and American football, I mean they really don't
And you
shy
can
away.
like call, you can like ask for them at random times.
Yeah, a few times timeout.
Was so weird.
But
And that's like
yeah.
if somebody's attacking, you can do that.
No, no, like in basketball you need to
Yeah, in
have the
basketball,
ball.
somebody's attacking you, they're in a good position.
No, no, you need to have the
Oh,
ball.
okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, and we have a lot of fun stuff. We'll get into
I
it. But
see.
you
I see.
mentioned Marianne Williamson after RFK, and I think twice I tried to watch like the video that talked about RFK and Marianne Williamson. But after the RFK part, I just did not wanna. Like, I never made it to the Marianne Williamson part. of the actual
Yeah, man,
video.
it
I
was
think
difficult. It was difficult. I had the same exact problem. I had to watch it 3 times, and I had to like the third time just fast forward to the part when I see something related to Marianne Williamson. Yeah, I'm really adding her in there because people, the very few viewers we have, very few of those few
yeah, I was
viewers
gonna
are
say.
interested in Marianne. Like there is one of them who's interested. That's all
Yeah.
I feel. But yeah, man, the Vanguard boys have become unwatchable. I must say, the last 2 weeks.
This
Like,
video
I
of
don't know
theirs
if my
was
impression
just
is unbearable. Is my impressions are they as bad as Zach's impressions, or are
oh
they? Because his impression is just I don't know.
no,
Are
yeah,
they?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm gonna back off if people tell me they don't like his are awful. It's
No, no,
just
no. Yeah, I
like
mean,
it's just he takes it so long,
yeah.
you know? Sorry.
Yeah, no, he does characters for. I mean, that's like the least of what probably bothers me in this video. And I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know much about this, so I'm not the best judge, but I wouldn't like rank him as horrible, right? And yeah, I think a
Mm.
lot of yours are much better. And it is true. One of his issues is that they're not bits. Like he just like takes on the character for his entire 5 minute
Yeah, it's just
response.
15 minutes of doing Anna. It's like, come on, man, it's enough. All
So
right.
yeah,
It's like it's 15 minutes of Anna and 10 minutes of RFK. And I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Just,
yeah.
yeah, like, but
No, but I
shall we
mean,
just jump
this
into
is
it since you're
hilarious. Yeah.
on Anna?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So I mean, this
They're
video
really, they
is
found a niche, man, that they can grow, like attack TYT. And because they
yeah,
did add
yeah.
500 people,
Yeah, no,
right?
no, no. This is, I mean,
Good, good. I'm not even like being,
this is like a
I'm not
thousand almost in a
criticizing.
week or two.
Yeah, that's Anna bashing is good. We don't like Anna, by the way. If anybody wants to
Although
subscribe, we don't
for
like for very
yeah,
different
so
reasons.
many videos you don't like Anna.
Yeah,
Although
yeah,
here for once it's
yeah. We are a
kind of it's
bit
not
on
the
her side.
worst thing. And
Yeah,
and then because of that, in this whole video, she becomes super like because of course she's arguing against Cenk. So everything that she says, even if it's not related to the
I
topic, she doesn't let it go. She like jumps back and pushes back.
yeah. Didn't you feel that too? I feel like this is like certainly putting
Yeah.
aside the trans issues, the substantive issues. For her, she doesn't have a substance. People none of like nobody in media, including myself, if I'm in media, if that is a big
Yeah.
if, we don't have substance. Okay, so it's all about career moves and shit. So I think I think she's doing a career move
There's
because
a
even
yeah.
on the Russia gate, did you see on the Russia gate she was even
Okay.
sort of like pushing back, and she was
Yeah,
like, yeah,
perhaps I missed
they
it.
lied, they overhyped. Like again, maybe
Yeah.
I don't watch
No.
TYT. Maybe she has always been
I
like
think
that.
it
I
was
don't know.
last week. No, no, no. I mean, I've watched in the past and then recently I haven't watched much to be like, okay, how much is this like rift over this topic actually bringing in some tension between her and Cenk? And now, so remember last week I kept on saying, oh, I haven't seen their videos enough, so I really
Yes,
don't
yes.
know. This one video helped a lot with that. I guess I just need to see 2 or 3 videos and I make up my mind. But I mean, this one I could, I think I sensed some tension and different style of arguing between them than what I had previously seen. But again, it's just one video.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. It's just one video, but I feel like perhaps she's doing a very slight, okay, I'm gonna, oh my God, the left.
Because I
Oh,
mean, what
I
was
was
this
in a
whole
cult.
thing here? She kept on saying like you putting like she kept on telling Cenk that you're putting words in his mouth. That's not what he
Oh,
said.
actually,
That's your interpretation.
I forgot I don't remember that part too well. I remember the end bit better, but yeah, I was doing other shit when I was listening to it. But do you want to maybe we can play that, although
But
you
I
have
don't
to
know where
listen
it
to Zach and
was.
Gavin.
Let's see a little bit what's going on here.
No, this part
In the
is very the
book,
parents thing. This is
recent-
where
he
she's
says
like saying that I
values.
understand if
Yeah, I think it was probably
she.
here. Go ahead.
Oh, it was. Oh, so so she was saying that. I mean, the part I remember, she was saying that she agrees with the parents who want to
Ah,
know
okay, yeah,
about their
this part,
kids.
yeah.
That's the end part. I think is that part. Oh, play whatever.
Yeah, no. I think here they talk because the main topic is about the parents.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
no, but I
exactly.
think around here it becomes about something else. I think they move on from that, no?
I thought it was the other way around. I thought they start from something else and move on to this. But play the end, play the end. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
man.
Just where you are. Yeah, yeah.
He means the opposite of values. I watched all the tapes. All of them say he's like us, 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 us. They don't mean all of us. They mean, and when you ask them about the issues, they always go to, I don't like Latinos, I mean immigrants. I don't like gay people, I mean, I want parental control in schools. So that's the reality. You can see it all over the tapes.
That is your interpretation. None of that was actually said. It is what you have taken out of his statements there.
You're right.
Like, yeah, okay.
Okay, hey, by the way, guys. Oh, by the way,
what is this, fucking 2007 or something?
Stop that right there. So yeah, you see, you know, like before. I mean, if you ideologically agreed more with Cenk, you would have gone with his interpretation. And I think she would have a few like any time until recently. But now she's like,
she wouldn't.
No, I don't agree with. He didn't literally say that, and I don't think that's what he meant.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's quite usual for TYT. For like, yeah, somebody says I'm anti-immigration or I'm against immigration, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're racist." And I wouldn't be like surprised if Anna went with that, but now she's becoming so. No, let's give people benefit of the doubt. Let us not no, these are not the exact words. Yeah, it is odd for her to do this. So
yeah,
maybe she's actually, because I don't know, man. Do you genuinely think she's doing a career move to the right? Because it does seem ridiculous after, like, it feels at this point it's too late for her. I don't know. I feel like she missed the boat.
Not at all. I mean, I don't think I mean, she's still quite famous for an online person, you know? So
just, I mean, there's too much content about her past on the left, no?
I don't know, man. They put her somewhere, put some more money behind her. I don't know how far she goes, and then slowly also, of course, grow a new audience, and then it just depends. I mean, it could like go on some, depends on who can pick her up and get. I think she would need support. I think if she goes like alone or something, then but like,
if she goes Ben Shapiro, that would be good for her. If she can get a Ben Shapiro,
someone to exactly put the
somebody's
arm around
umbrella,
her.
Yeah. Pick her up in the time of her need.
A bit of protection. You're right. Eventually, just like thrown videos, just dodging like non-stop. One will eventually.
That's true. You're right. But I have to say though, you know, I have to say,
Cenk is fucked. On the other hand, he's going down.
He's fucked.
Because nobody would want him to.
That's why he was.
Like, what is
nobody
he
would want him.
There's already the successful version of him. What's his name? The Iranian guy?
Oh, BBP guy, the BBT valuetainment. Oh my god, in our entertainment there will be a value. Okay, you get your money's worth. The Iranian
he's stuck
deal
with
maker.
This position he's and this company and this.
Yeah, what a fucking dumbass, man. Like, I mean, to be honest, I may have made the same mistake though if I had money back in early 2000s to go all in on the online, stuff. And Jesus, now he's stuck.
And if he loses Anna, he's screwed. I mean, no matter how much people hate her, there's no losing Anna and keeping this show going. Now, maybe you come up with something new.
No,
but
what he's gonna bring that? What is that? The Mexican comedian lady whose whole comedy is to say, "Aren't Republican?" So yeah, no, he's fucked. Johnny Idaho and him, it's gonna become a sausage fest. Man, that's the thing with the left. It's just that's why they're panicking and they're making videos left and right. And I was checking out all the videos. Like, there is almost no chicks on the left. Have you noticed? It's like literally, it's Anna and it's Briahna Greyjoy. That's it. There's nobody else.
But there's never been. If anything, a few showed up.
Exactly. That's why they're panicking. You're losing Anna. They're like, Jesus Christ! If you lose Anna,
is there another girl? I mean.
I don't know. I'm sure there are. Abby Martin, what's her name?
Oh yeah,
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
Adam
yeah,
Martin's old school.
Crystal.
So, yeah.
Crystal is more of a man than Kyle, so I feel like I don't know. She's too. I don't know. She feels like a real man. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. No, there are a few. But
And
I feel like the ratio is so bad. They're panicking with
oh
Anna
yeah,
going. Yeah, they're fucked. TYT's Jesus. Yeah. Like if she leaves now, I really want her to leave now just to see what happens. Just to see how TYT will cope.
but I'll give a caveat though. I think one issue that she might have right now, thinking about
Yeah.
it, is that she can't. I don't know. I see it hard for her to go somewhere in between, like this and like Ben Shapiro. Maybe on the Hill or something she could pop up. But I mean,
No, I actually think no. I think she can't go in between. I think she has to go full
yeah,
on.
she can't go in between exactly. So
She
that's
has to go Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro is not middle of the ground. That's full
no,
on
no, no,
crazy
exactly,
people.
no, exactly. So she can't go
Yeah.
anybody in the middle. So that's like one thing, kind of like her options. She needs to.
Yeah, I don't think she
needs to
can't do
pivot
mainstream
strong. Yeah.
anymore.
No, she can't
Yeah.
mainstream exactly, and then no, she needs
No,
to
I don't think.
go fully Ben Shapiro.
The thing is,
almost like pretty much their network.
Yeah. She could, I guess, go. I don't know, that chick from the Hill, Alisa, whatever.
Yeah.
She made it to the View, which was very odd to me. Like, why? But I mean, I thought the View can do better, but whatever.
Yeah,
So
she could maybe go on
you
the
never
Hill.
know.
But on the Hill,
Yeah.
I think she'd be able to pay the bills because, like, okay, we have a half an hour slot for you on Monday. On Wednesday, 2 hours.
Okay, Anna, do you have friends that have webcams? Do you have friends with you? Because we need them. All right,
Can you guys share the job, okay? Spread it between you. I don't care how, but
yeah, look, we give, instead of a salary, we have this thing called pocket money. When you get to go, it fluctuates from week to week. But no, man, don't you remember Briahna Greyjoy was trying to do a left-wing View on the Hill, and then the week after everything exploded. Like Katie Harper got fired, Kim Iverson left, somebody else got shot. It was
but they weren't even related.
amazing.
But you remember she brought Olemi. I guess Olemi didn't.
Olemi was there? Jesus
on
Christ.
the Hill, Olemi.
Man, I didn't
you're
think.
Joking. Wait.
I didn't.
You don't
No,
remember
on the Hill?
Olemi on the Hill?
No, I remember on the Hill. I don't remember her on the View type thing she was trying to do.
That shit. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, but that she did like one pilot.
One episode. Yeah, exactly.
They didn't let it.
Didn't last. No,
Like,
they were
okay,
gonna,
where's
but
Robbie?
then
Someone bring Robbie back. Okay, Robbie, reshoot this entire conversation by yourself. Okay, go.
Robbie,
play devil's
please.
advocate with yourself.
Yeah. Robbie, please say a couple of those tweets. I don't know. On the other hand,
we're gonna add your audio into this.
No, man, she did the show and it was almost like cursed production. She did the episode as soon as it was online. Katie Halper got fired, somebody else got shot. Iverson left. It was like a goddamn World War III as soon as that video came out. But yeah, no, yeah. But we are probably gonna move on to her soon. Didn't think she racial politics is surprising to me.
Didn't she what?
So her racial politics are surprising to me. I don't know why I'm cutting off.
I mean, I don't know if you can call that politics. I mean, yeah, I guess everything is fine.
Oh, racial views, I guess. Yeah. No, it's just so mind wrapped in that. But before moving on to that, though, on the Anna, do you want to go to the maybe Glenn Greenwald video?
Oh yeah, true. I forgot. That was even supposed to be there. There we go. I just skipped.
Did you see any of it?
Yeah, I did see, and I did hear too. The only thing I kind of remember is looking at this for a long time, wondering if this is a photo and a video. And
no, it's a photo.
I think they didn't really. They didn't talk about TYT and Anna and the audience enough. Like, they went to Nancy Pelosi and all this. I was like, whoa, come back. That's not fun.
No, I'll tell you what they talked about. I actually thought this was really, like, surprisingly it was, because I don't think anybody I despise more than the RBN crew online, but I mean, I'm sure there are people who I despise more. I mean, I feel like I just challenged myself. But anyway, but I think, did you see the point Glenn Greenwald made about the fact that nobody cared when Anna Kasparian interviewed Madeleine Albright,
that's a
but
very
now
good
that
point,
she's
and
slightly,
coming from
I mean,
Glenn, I'm
again,
surprised.
yeah, exactly. I 100% agree with that. Look, I mean, I think it's just, what do you think it's a reflection of the people on the left, the people, not even the commentators, the people being unserious or being powerless? Which one?
I mean, I wasn't going to put it that way, because I was going to say is that it's just, I don't know how it works, but with some issues, that the people who like supported they appear to have such power and influence over it. So I'm talking, I guess, the TYT audience who are revolting against Anna. They just, over some issues, people seem to be able to be so vocal and crazy.
No, I know, but why do you think they're like
Hmm.
that? Do you think do you think it's like, do you think they care about, for example, transsexualism more than, I don't know, foreign policy and
Yeah, of course.
killing Chile? No, because they are unserious, or because they're like, we are powerless about foreign policy, so let's focus on.
No, because this is something that they talk about and listen more, and it just becomes more their passion, and foreign
Yeah,
policy.
like they're conditioned. Like,
yeah, I mean,
like
it's
how a
just,
sheep is conditioned to respond to certain noises. Yeah, I agree. No,
and
that's
they,
my
and they
point.
further, I mean, it's the whole like trans people in sports and all this. I mean, I don't think this conversation is hotter anywhere else than in these YouTube circles. I mean, I don't know where else you can find so much conversation and talk about it. I mean, it's
Maybe
just,
I would imagine some like probably like teenage households at the moment. I would imagine in some of them it's probably a big deal, because like mothers tend to, you know what I mean? I would like, like, I imagine like that's the only segment of society I can see being directly involved with this. Other than that, I mean, again, I think trans ideology is complete nonsense, but it's not a big issue. It's not
yeah,
like an issue that I don't think affects
and
millions
in the
of people. It's
mainstream world, I'm just thinking, but I never thought of this. But when my parents were here a few weeks ago, always this like watch. My mom so it's like French TV. I was watching a lot of French TV, or I watch anyway DW and France 24 all the time. And yeah, they don't cover this, right? This is not like a thing that they care about, no? Or
France 24 and DW, I've seen cover it, but in a very, like BBC, the same way I've seen BBC cover trans. For example,
but they have
like,
no obsession
first
over it.
trans woman. Oh, not like this.
Yeah.
No. I would not like. You mean like TV? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder. I mean, I don't know what would be the reaction of it. I know. I don't think most people are as obsessed with it as people who are. I think if you're online, whether if you're French or American or whatever, yeah, you're much more likely to be obsessed with this issue, I think.
Yeah, perhaps that is the distinction.
I would imagine, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I just wanted to, yeah, it's just, yeah, people, I mean, left, right, it's just, I mean, people are generally just, yeah, sadly, extremely well inclined, I guess, to accept conditioning. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Wouldn't put it in those
You
terms,
give them I don't know, you give them a cause and you tell them to, what you call sort of wave the flag for a cause, and you give them a bad guy and a good guy. And it seems to me, because this issue is not, first of all, it's not that important. Second of all the people who are like pro, some of the most extreme stuff are crazy. It's like any other time. Like,
it's not that,
yeah,
and I wouldn't say that it's not important. So don't, because I hate that argument. Anybody can say it about anything. But
Sure,
in
any
this
issue,
case, it's like so blown out of proportion compared to like where anybody would rank it, then like, you know, then it's like kind of fair to make this argument. Because I mean, you know, the way that it's talked about and the importance that it's given and how it can just trump absolutely anything, you know, it's just
He's
such a
pretty.
deal breaker for some people.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, if the thing is, man, that's the thing. If you view it as an ideological choice, I guess it's not such a, big deal. Like for them, it seems to me, and I think Sublation Media had a video about this, and Ashley Frawley talks about this. But there are people who believe sex is a choice, like as in this, like female or male. I'm not talking about
I like
gender
this. You're
roles
finally
or.
using my words.
Yes, I am. I'm being forced to to communicate with the larger public. But so I think if you for them, so it's to them they would argue that no, what like for us Trump is a deal breaker, like Hitler was a deal breaker because he was like with the anti-Semitism thing. But if you think it's an ideology, it's not an innate thing, then you probably don't care as much.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's
But
so
yeah,
weird.
surreal stuff.
But
And sorry, last comment
surreal stuff.
I would have on this. I mean, I can't
Mm.
even believe if Gavin on the Vanguard was saying this, or I misheard. I mean, I can't believe he would be this ridiculous about it. Which is one part is that, but again, I don't even agree that this premise is happening. But let's say we accept that it's happening in a lot of places. We're in which is that like in schools and stuff, you know, school districts are helping kids, you know, transition to trans and all this. Okay, so let's accept that this is happening and that they're not telling the parents, right? So let's imagine this is like actually a thing that's happening, which I find it hard to believe, or that it's common and it's not like one or two thing, right? So you get the situation, right? So I mean, that was the heart of the debate almost between Cenk and Anna. And then Gavin was like the way he spun that was just crazy. He's like, yeah, well, of course, what do you want him to do? Have a conference every time a kid is like having whatever, wants transition or whatever, and go around and tell everybody about it and all that. I mean, the way he spun that to such a simple thing, which is like, how can you do anything without telling the parents, right? You're not allowed to give antibiotics to kids, I'm pretty sure, without telling the parents.
Exactly.
I mean, I could have. Did you hear that part? I'm just hoping there was a misinterpretation. I was like, Jesus Christ, the level of ideological, I don't know, blindness there is surreal. I mean, are you thinking straight?
Yeah, I agree.
Although I agree that situation is most likely, like, I don't know if it's ever happened, or maybe it's happened like 2 times. So I'm not even saying I believe that.
Yeah.
But if you believe that, in the fairy tale fantasy world we live here.
Online, yeah.
Now we're just coming up with situations.
We're gonna after this, we're gonna cover the unicorn appearances, followed by the alien discussion.
Yeah.
So yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
If you agree with that premise, then I disagree with you.
Then, if you agree with the aliens existing, then I think yes, Independence Day is possible. It's a very possible, likely outcome of the. No, but I agree with you. No, they are so blinded by this whole victimhood narrative, man. They are so blinded by that, and they're idiots because, like, but if like this is, I don't know if you agree with this at all or not, but in my experience, victims tend to be real assholes because they've been through a lot and they're angry about it, as usually people are being angry when they get when they get fucked over in life, and they tend to be as many victims or assholes as non-victims, or whatever victim means in this case. I don't even know in this case what victim of what of. It's just the people want to be special, and everybody should have a narrative, and was suffering somehow, and these Vanguard's idiots have completely bought it. But yeah, man, I mean, his mind is completely wrapped in this narrative that there are these victims, these like suffering.
That's what he said, or just the way he spun it.
No, but I mean, I guess in his view, for example, like if you see in a school, for example, if you see a kid getting beaten the shit out of by the bullies, stay out of it, guys. This is a private man. Maybe they are into BDSM. You never know. This might be how they're like to sexually express themselves in terms of like they like to put a piece of wood up the kid's ass as a sort of a you don't interfere. This their
But
experiment.
listen, in
You
all
don't
seriousness,
interfere.
and then you know what Gavin said after that, and then he's like to Anna, and then it's like, I don't
No.
understand why Anna talks about this issue, cares so much. It's not like she's a parent. So I mean, he just went.
Why
to
do you
these-
care? Yeah, do
I
you
mean, why do you
too?
care about a lot of like? Are you a dog?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
you're not a dog. Don't talk about
Dogs.
dogs.
Next
Are you
time
a
we
cat?
talk about vegetarianism. Yeah. Yeah, but we can all then we have to close down YouTube. We have to close down the whole media business, printing press, all of it has to go away. That's it. Yeah, I didn't remember that, but that sounds
I mean,
like
that's
those
why I was
idiots.
saying this video was next level. I mean, I don't know.
It
They're
was
not
next level.
usually that.
Unbearable. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, no, nothing. Sorry, I just said on this issue, I think they're very much,
Yeah.
their mind is completely dry. On this and the race issue, which I think would be a good segue to our next segment. So, Camille, are you familiar with Dr. Martin Luther King?
Listen, I'll never. You're getting right to the heart of this because
Yes.
I don't know if have I read any Martin Luther King stuff. Maybe, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, Bachelor University, and I've seen, heard some tapes from him and all that. However, I will say something before we get there. The positions that are taken in these videos are so extreme that I feel like you don't need to be an expert to be like, what the hell are you guys being serious? But anyway, how about you? We'll get to
I have to give a caveat to that. The positions taken here are so rhetorically extreme. They are fighting. This is the war over the tiniest of differences. What is it? There's a good phrase for that. The neurosis over the differences or something that they attribute to left or right sometimes. But at any rate, I recall about a year ago or 2 years ago, if you remember, we had comments about Martin Luther King, or we had a video about Martin Luther King or something, and then you actually brought up a couple of quotes from Martin Luther King. Don't you remember about the bird? There was a bird of freedom that needs two wings to fly, justice, and I remember something like that. You read it to me, and you had like one file and you had highlighted a couple of quotes from his speech or something, and you read it to me, and I was like, and I remember I was so dismissive and so negative about it, and I was like, this is just like Jordan Peterson bullshit, that you were like, okay, I won't read it anymore. Don't you remember any of this? No? Nothing? Or anyway, my memory is weird. At any rate, I'm not familiar with MLK's work, to be honest, to comment at all on the controversy. The controversy is over the fact that whether MLK, Martin Luther King, thought nonviolence was the right tactic for the 1960s, or nonviolence is the fundamental underpinning of his philosophy, blah, blah, blah. And to be honest, I not only I don't know, I don't really care. Like what Martin Luther King thought. I mean, who cares? Like I never understood the fascination with this man. I never understood the fascination with Gandhi. I guess they were good at aphorisms. That's about it. That seems to me to be their biggest contribution. They were very good at linguistic turning of phrases. But in this video, PD Signifier and Jared Ball argue that no, it was just basically a tactic he endorsed for the 1960s for the moment there. And then Olaimi does the same. And then you have Sitch and Adam who argue that
yeah, I mean, Olemi said there was, like no doubts in the world. He never ever said that this is not a tactic. I mean, I swear,
I mean, the reality,
100%.
to be honest, I haven't read Martin Luther King's works and I haven't watched his interviews, but I am willing to bet my right
I think I'm gonna agree with what you're gonna say.
Yeah, that considering that he's a politician, he always left a space for maneuvering.
Exactly. I mean,
speeches,
even if he was,
that's exactly. Like, for now, I don't know. He wasn't, and by the way, it's like he wasn't the goddamn fortune teller. He couldn't see the future. So what? Like, why should he have? Like, I don't like. It's like everybody's looking for a prophet or a god or something to tell them what to do.
But
so I don't think.
I mean, Olemi couples that with. You white
with
people.
A lot of the white people are stealing.
I'm like, who?
Oh my god, man, Carrie! Oh my god, if she finds out about Iranian people talking about this, she's you're stealing our cultural. Blah.
But for sure, she'll accuse you of being a white guy.
Me?
Which I guess, I guess you can say. What? I mean, all these things are made up.
Geneva.
So I mean, no, me too. I mean, of course. And all these are made up, so I mean, you can argue anyone's a white person.
Man, I went to her Twitter. She's like accusing other black people of not being black enough. She's like, there is colorism. The people who are slightly like lighter. I mean, it's. By the way, I mean, look, man. There are certain because there are certain standards of beauty that change over time, but seem to be like within a parameter change over. Like you never had somebody with a burnt face, for example, being the pinnacle of beauty. But things change over time. But beautiful people generally have it easier. I think there's a lot of people who are just angry about the fact that they're not attractive and hot. I feel and then they go racism. Patriarchy. I don't know.
I don't think she has issues getting probably a lot of people probably find her attractive.
Yeah, exactly. She's very attractive.
So what does that have to do with
personally? No, I mean, you're right. I don't. In this case, it doesn't apply. But in other cases,
fine. I'll give you that.
In other cases, in cases we are not discussing right now.
Yeah.
No. In cases not at all related to our discussion, I wanted to take a break in the middle of our discussion. No, it's unbelievable how. I mean, again, I don't think if somebody says white people, they're racist. I don't even think if somebody says just once in a while black people, they're necessarily racist. But like when you say it so many. It's just,
and I mean, it's a foundation of the argument. I mean, let's just listen to the sentence. I mean, the amount of weight given to it.
MLK's philosophy. I'm so sick of all these white people who don't read books talking on MLK's name. First of all, MLK has never. When did y'all hear MLK come out and say, "I believe in nonviolence"? Because, like, what are you talking about? Because violence is wrong. He didn't say that. It was not a moral condemnation of violence. That is not the case.
I will never change in my basic idea that nonviolence is the most potent weapon available to the Negro in his struggle for freedom and justice. I think for the Negro to turn to violence would be both impractical and immoral.
It's really funny. He literally said both of them at the same time. In the first sentence, MLK,
that's
right.
True,
in the first sentence, he said it's not a good strategy. Then he followed that up with a statement that said that it's immoral.
Yeah, yes, but to be fair to Sitch and Adam, I suppose you could argue that he does come out at least in one interview and
no. After that,
kind of disagrees.
No.
But I think if you read his writing,
he rolls out like clips and clips.
Yeah,
where
sure.
He's like, I don't know how much clearer I can get.
Violence
is not
violence. I hate
he's also
violence.
super into the Kant stuff, right? That means don't justify an end.
So
he also repeats that like 9 times.
He's a goddamn Christian. He was a Christian doctor.
I would like for all of us to believe in nonviolence, but I'm here to say tonight that if every Negro in the United States turns against nonviolence, I'm going to stand up as a lone voice and say this is the wrong way.
I mean, that's
the wrong way.
I will never change.
Hold up. I just want to show you another clip.
But I'm sure if you read his writing, he's much more
Yeah, of
You know,
course,
because that's with
100%.
politicians always they're
Yeah.
writing there like, oh, when I said that, I
Yeah.
actually meant in these conditions,
Yeah,
but
of
there are
course.
conditions that of
Yeah,
course
no.
I would, you know, so
For
that's
sure.
that's all I'm
The
like I'm
most
I'm
potent
trying to be
weapon
as sympathetic.
available to oppress people in their struggle for freedom and justice. I think the aftermath, bitterness, and result of the violence, of the creation.
I mean, the 70s.
But yeah, she just takes such an extreme position. It's just surreal.
Yeah, she
And
takes
of
a
course,
hugely
white
idiotic.
people this, white people that.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And MLK was not like Gandhi. Like nobody. Don't stop looking for goddamn like heroes. This is not a. You know, there are no superheroes in this world that you can look up to, morally speaking, at least, I don't think. But at any rate, I would say that, yeah, if having said that, I think from the videos and all that, probably if you pushed MLK, he would have said, no, I am for non-violence. I am anti-violence. Putting that aside, he was wrong. Like if he thought, like the only way to change things is violence. Anybody telling you non-violence is going to change anything is bullshit, I think. So that's, I mean, on that, so in a way, substantively, I agree with Ole.
Yeah, no,
but but this guy had brought, everybody brings, so this guy had brought a, you know, historian, Jared Ball, and Jared Ball was, you know, he was going through his writings and all that. That's why I'm trying to be careful that he was saying, no, if you look at his writing, he wasn't like saying always nonviolence, just now nonviolence. Later on, maybe pick up a gun and look, nonviolence for now. But if he puts the volume on TV a bit higher, just put a punch in his face, you know. So that's I don't know who's right, and frankly, who gives a shit about some pastor in 19? God damn it! Like my theory is if MLK succeeded, he would have been another Khomeini-like figure. That's why I never really exact same time they came about, very similar. I mean, no, Khomeini, I have to say, started with really stupid issues, moved on to economic issues. But, you know, identity politics, bullshit. I don't know, man. I'm not a fan at all. They're very limited writings that you have read to me. Sounded very wing of freedom and equality. One wing
that
is
doesn't
equality.
Sound like something I would show because I'm not into those kind of metaphors. So that's
no, you weren't. No, you were showing it to me as a sort of something that, oh, check it out, sort of. We were talking about it, so it was brought up and related to it.
So you see, that's why I started the beginning of this show with the sentence that I don't think I've read MLK, but maybe 10, 12 years ago, but no, it was just last week.
Last year, you don't remember. Who's MLK? No, don't remember. Next week, we're going to have the same exact conversation again, probably. And then Briahna Greyjoy had an interesting, I would say, an entertaining interview with. Oh, by the way, before that, Sitch and Adam made like loads of videos about Vanguard boys.
Oh, we have one of them here. Oh, Vanguard, sorry.
Oh, this the and the race one. Oh, go to the paper one actually. Yeah, go to that one since we are on the.
No, I mean here. I mean you can.
Oh.
Sure.
No, we can connect it. But yeah, this interview was with Funky Academic Professor Irami, and Irami was a Frimpok. And I just like to know, how did he get his position, or which university is this? Because they seem to allow anybody in with any views. So I'm interested. If
I mean, maybe he teaches his courses well. I mean.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
I mean,
he teaches philosophy. So, you know, you remember that lady that hated Indian people? Glenn Greenwald brought on and was like, oh, freedom of his. You remember she was like, oh, Indian people, they suck. They come to you. She was teaching like a medicine. And I'm like, okay, your shitty views has nothing to do with medicine. So, okay, you can teach about antibiotics. That has nothing to do with, you know. But this guy is teaching philosophy. So I'm not sure if that's okay.
I mean,
but whatever.
The thing is that
teaching philosophy is generally like wrong. So go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, no, just interesting. I mean, yeah, like even if you agree with some of the stuff that he's saying and stuff, it's interesting how he gets away with it.
how would you summarize what he was saying? Because I'm truly dumbstruck.
I mean, some of the crazier stuff that he was. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the thing about the divorce, was pretty funny about the.
Let's leave that.
To get into Briahna's family history.
Yeah, let's leave that before that because I have a bit for that. But
but he can be a funny guy.
He can be a funny guy for sure. But do you believe that? I don't know how to start. I mean, the weird thing is, I kind of like. I mean, they largely decided to discuss affirmative action and the recent ruling, and then Asian Americans. And again, I mean, let's put the substance aside, man. Do you see what I mean about do you see how everybody, the way they talk about race and all that is pretty much as sort of like a hard fact.
Okay, sorry. So right as we got cut off there, so I was just saying that, I think as soon as I started talking, you pretty much froze. I was just saying that he seems to take ethnicity, or others take ethnicity so far towards race. So then you're like, okay, I mean, you think that race is pretty much a real biological thing, and it has impact on you because they just take it so far. I guess.
Yeah, it does. And he does seem to believe in some sort of a cultural, generational degradation, which is, and then which comes, I think, is a good segue to the bit I want to get into, which is he talks about the differences between black families and white families. And maybe you can play from minute 35
but he also,
to 13.
Yeah, I mean, but then I guess, but then he also was drawing this distinction between half of his family who are African American, and the other half where his dad came from Nigeria, right? And then he's like, but I guess like 50, 60 years ago. But then he's like, yeah, no, but like the African American side totally different and all this. And then he just again be like, oh, okay, fine, you're talking about different contexts, impact on different people. But then again, he just takes it so far. Like pretty much making it seem like nobody else across any other like place in the world has any kind of problem whatsoever.
Or no, man, forget about nobody else about that. Because these people, again, like with Americans, you have to always keep that in mind. The whole world to them means America.
That's true.
So like genuinely, like when they mean everywhere, they don't mean everywhere. They mean like everywhere within America. So let's play. I swear to God, that's after 2 years. I'm pretty sure about this. Because then you point out that look, it's not everywhere like that. No, but in America. All right. Anyway, go to minute 35 and to 39. It's hilarious in my view, and it just shows the limits of theory, man. These people are completely theory minded. It's like they've been struck by a lightning made out of theory, and they can't theory is something that helps to organize the madness that is real life. But no, they want to sort of they want to make life, and I think this 30 minutes from 35 to 39 really shows that, and it's goddamn hilarious in my view.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Also, with a habit, I will cop to the economic advantages, but it's not just economic advantage. It's a cultural habit of treating other people like trash, right? So
I mean, what does that mean? Like, I really want to get to affirmative action. Like, honestly, we're 40 minutes in.
Taught to treat black people like garbage, and it helps.
I see. Okay.
And it helps. You need to be taught, and if part of being an American is learning how to treat black people like garbage or being kind of casual with the way black people are treated like garbage, it helps if back home you have generations of treating other people like garbage. Right? So
let's get specific.
He's referring to Asians here.
Are you saying that you've made observations in the context of your own nuclear family, with your father being an immigrant and your mother being a black descendant of American slavery, and the difference between their attitudes to black people and how they treat folks that you're ascribing to their cultural backgrounds?
Well, there's that, and also I didn't actually realize I had to reverse. I'm a pretty good parent of 3 kids, and I got a stable house and a family and all that. I had to reverse engineer what all that looks like based on conversations I had with people I didn't meet till I went to my very fancy college. Right?
I mean, I gotta say, I also gotta put that there irony that my father died when I was 15, but my parents were in a very happy marriage. They never obviously got divorced. I grew up in a very loving household. None of my father had 6 siblings.
The hilarity is about to begin, people.
Stayed married at least until their partners were deceased. There were a couple that went through a lot, but there were a lot of them. My mother's parents stayed together until my grandfather died. My father's parents were together until my grandmother died before I was born, but
exactly
there were no
my
divorces
thoughts.
there. Like
I
I'm
barely know what
concerned
my cousins
about
are like.
some stereotyping that's happening here.
Right. So all of your cousins are also fine.
I don't have any cousins on my mom's side.
Pause. This was hilarious. Okay. Cousins are fine.
Man, can I?
Second cousins. Biri, second cousins. Any second? No? Okay. What about any in-laws? Do you have any in-laws who have drug addictions, maybe? Any in-laws that are in prison? Oh, see, I told,
Wait.
black people, they're all.
Can
What
I
the fuck are you
qualify
talking?
for family support if I show proof of divorce in my family? Because I'm pretty sure I can generate that pretty easily, quickly. I don't know.
Me too, man.
Will that
It's
change?
I
how I'm
think they
perceived?
I don't know how segregated American society is, but I've seen white people and their families same shit as every other family. It's like he's like no, like in black families they are taught to treat. But this part with Brie was hilarious. The Brie's like, no, my parents were like in a loving marriage. What about your brother and sisters? No, they're fine. They're fine. Okay, cousins. They are actually good too. What about your cousins, Jill? They're too young to be dating. Wait till they grow up. They will beat their wife. They will beat their...
Just wait and see if I can do something about that. What's their names again? Yeah, let me try and find him here on Facebook.
Do they know about their culture? Because I can let them know about their original if it needs me. Oh man, goddamn philosophers. But yeah, it's just continuous for another 2 minutes.
I don't know if you can blame this on philosophy because he was using the opposite of all kinds of philosophy or science or anything like that.
I don't know, man. I've told you.
They're literally talking about their families to draw.
I know. I don't know. Philosophy is an excuse for a lot of crazy people, I suppose. Yeah, you're right.
Doing philosophy here?
Me? We?
Us,
no, I don't know. No, we're doing comedy, for God's sake. We established that like in the first week of our show. For legal and political purposes, it's satire. Okay? I'm not gonna go to jail for this. Well, play another minute. Yeah, I think it's worth it.
I don't have any cousins on my mom's side, and I have to. And my cousins on my dad's side are so much older than me because my dad was the youngest of 7.
Call your grandmother.
I'd have to go through. I'd have to go through, and we're not that close. I'd have to give that some thought.
Yeah.
Well, so my cousins are a wreck on my ADOS American Descendants of Slave side in terms of like family relationships. But I think you're an anomaly. If you were not the anomaly,
oh Jesus,
I think you're a relative. I think except for your father dying when you were so young.
Lucky Brie that your father.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, okay, now you're like one of us. Thing, you know? Yeah. You got lucky, Brie. Yeah. You got lucky there that when you were a teenager, you lost your dear father, who was because otherwise you wouldn't be one of us. Jesus Christ, man. If you're middle class, you're exceptional because majority of people are actually working class or poor. That is like they not working poor, basically, like
But not in terms of divorce and all this. Like, I mean, people of all ethnicities and social backgrounds, like
but
divorce and don't speak to their parents or cousins or brothers or sisters. I mean, you see it everywhere.
You're I know. He goes hard on the whole. My cousins are wreck. My point was it's just like what's exceptional life, Brie? Like what are you talking about? Like you had a loving parents,
father, passing away.
The only good thing in your life. Jesus Christ! It's so weird.
If only your mom would have gone too, then now we got a story. Now we have something to work with.
Yeah, your mother didn't beat you? No. Oh. What about anybody sexually abused you when you were a teenager? No. Oh. It's just, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just don't. I mean, I think it is exceptional to find anybody anywhere, white, black, that don't have some kind of family or like,
or even social class.
rare.
Man. Even Jeff Bezos
In
got
any-
divorced, like the richest man in the
Yeah,
world.
and
got
my
divorced.
God, have you seen his girlfriend?
Yeah.
That made me like, that was one of the best things that happened to me, because I was like, you can be a billionaire and it's still like
Yeah.
like you get a girl like this. And so I've done better in my life. I've done better.
Yeah.
I've done better than Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. So I'm genuinely like, I felt so much better about my life. Like it was a truly good day that one. But you're right, exactly. Like, I mean, even like princes or, you know, like aristocracy that have, you know,
Yeah.
they don't even have to work for their money, or, you know what I mean? Like everybody has, it's just human condition is neurosis.
Yeah.
So, but
Now,
like,
of course,
he's so funny
socioeconomic
that,
problems put other tensions on people, or like money tensions.
oh
but-
yeah,
but
they exactly, yeah, they
but yeah, of course.
exasperate.
But again, the thing is, some of these positions are just so extreme in all of these videos that we watched that you're kind of like,
Exactly.
okay, I'm not being unfair. I mean, you started it in the
No,
sense of by
I-
being ridiculous.
Yeah. I genuinely think people who don't have food security and shelter security, their life is a completely different, you know, scenario, like to everybody else.
But they might
But
not
yeah,
have
you're right.
parent problems too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I doubt
stay
it.
married.
No, man. If
No, I mean, like,
if
you
your
know,
parent
yeah.
is not giving you a roof, like,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
you know what I mean, or they're maybe they passed away, you know, it could be things like that.
Mm.
So I'm saying that's a different category to, you know, trying to like, oh, my cousins are wrecked
Yeah.
and my grandpa used to like slap me, so now all black people
Yeah.
are culturally, and I don't know, like, what the fuck
Man,
is the point of
imagine
this?
like if he was talking to somebody like Luke Thomas or something, right? Who's, you know, I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
making this up because,
Yeah,
you know,
oh, yeah,
case
yeah,
whose
yeah.
mom, like, you know, I don't know, I'm
Was
laughing. I don't.
had mental issues, if I'm
Yeah,
not
took her
mistaken,
own
right?
life with a. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
Oh,
anyway, listen, the
Jesus. Oh, I'm
podcasters,
sorry.
MMA podcast,
Yeah.
it took her own life
Her
with
own
a
life.
gun, and then, like, you know, like they all like came and saw, and
And-
apparently it was extremely
and-
gruesome
and-
what they found out. Imagine you're talking to someone like that, and then you're like, you know, you.
Yeah, yeah. So
You
your
have to be
cousins, any of them
careful.
divorced? Any of your cousins divorced? No. What about your mother? How is? Oh. Yeah, exactly. No, man.
Yeah.
And like Kasparian, the white lady they talk about, they keep saying white lady, white lady. She's Anna, you know, she's Armenian. She's
Yeah.
basically like where my fucking village and stuff is from. Like they're from the same place. She's like this white lady, second generation, like immigrant, who's like if
Technically
she
from a
didn't have the
country where there
nose
was a
job,
genocide,
if she
right?
didn't. Yes. Oh yeah.
I mean, I
for
don't
sure.
think she would. Yeah, it doesn't count for her.
And
They wouldn't
let me
admit
do my
that,
joke.
but sorry.
Yeah, and if she didn't have the nose job, she would have passed for a Jew any other day, you know? Like, you go look at her pictures from 10 years ago. Like, this is like with the nose job, suddenly you become a white lady, it seems. You know? It's, yeah, she's definitely, her family is very likely to have had members who experienced genocide either in during the Ottoman era, or maybe even in Russia when in the Berlin Bolsheviks were really killing a lot of like Christian type things. So yeah, exactly. We don't know anything. Like her family could be more fucked than any of us because they all got like murdered in a attack or something. So yeah, it's hilarious, this idea that you can, this is how theory, like there is this
I don't
thing
know, man.
we
I
all
wouldn't
know.
blame this on theory. What is this? He's like
I think
asking
there is-
about your
I think we-
brother, okay, and then drawing conclusions.
I think we can all agree that due to the historical sort of situation that black people had in America, which was a lower position compared to whites, they are still economically in a disadvantageous position, economically and in some legally position, right? I think we all can agree on that, but no, we have to take it to know they teach you to hate black people, and there is a cultural degeneration. And what is this? What is this? What is the point of this even? Like, anyway, I don't get it. was so weird. This
No,
was one of the
some of
weirdest
yeah,
discussions.
no, some of like the videos that I saw this week, I mean, you really had to like get it off your chest. You had to find somebody and tell them about
just
it. Be like, hey, am I sane? You heard this, right? Like,
did I imagine this, or he actually said this about white people?
Yep, no.
He said that. He said that.
It all actually happened. I wasn't hallucinating or.
By the way, just on the divorce thing, man.
And then next
just
thing,
on the divorce thing.
yeah, and then we're gonna continue the divorce thing. But yeah, and then a paper argument comes out.
The paper argument is the best. That's amazing.
Just unique. I mean,
it's Brie. It's law. No, it's definitely Brie's lawyer brain at her best. Like I can imagine her in front of a jury going that, but this paper, yellow paper is also paper. Don't you see? But before that, I just was gonna say I know plenty of people, man, who would are willing to give like limbs from their bodies for their parents to be divorced. You know, like their parents are in this fucking love and hate relationship for 20, 30 years or something, that, you know, one day they're good and one day they're bad type of thing.
Yeah.
I know quite a lot of them. It's very common. So I'm just saying, like, this,
sure.
You know what I mean about theory? It's like they have a checklist. You know, you're black, your parents divorced. What about your cousins? Were they wrecked or are they not wrecked?
I mean, he should have, but like, you know, there were some clues. You know, she did go to Harvard and all this. Like, you know, I mean, like, no, her parents were not killed both sides from like the age of 2. Like take it easy. He also should have read the room a bit better. I mean,
it was so hilarious going through his checklist of so cousins are okay, all right. What about the
okay, well, friends? You know what? My family's alright.
My mom is a bitch. My sister is a prostitute. My dad was a murderer. Oh man, but yeah, let's go to the fantastic paper.
This is next level. So here they're
this
talking about.
Were you not kind of? I changed my mind about the whole transsexualism when she brought up the paper argument. I was like, yes, yellow paper is just like white paper. So somebody with a dick is exactly like somebody without a dick. It's the same exact analogy. Works perfectly well. Fantastic.
Let's watch this. I'll fast forward here and there.
Concept that there's no.
Sure.
I love this. Look. Okay.
No, thing. I have a yellow piece of paper and a white piece of paper, and I'm a paper and you're not because you're white paper. No, they're both paper, but this one's yellow and this one's white.
That's paper.
This is also
That's
paper.
Yellow paper.
This is also paper.
He's like, look, this is not difficult, Greyjoy. This is not difficult here.
That's so funny. Oh my God.
Into
very, even though
is very.
Women, you're really a man, and that's a stance that a lot of people have.
You're a trans woman.
Right, but they're both paper. They're both women is the argument. They're both women. One's a cis woman and one's a trans woman.
What we're saying is we don't need really a separate category for this, which is like, you know, we would stack the papers up to the seal.
Man, I would be like, you know, honestly, this, like if someone asks you, okay, after 15 beers, would you end up in a conversation like that? I'll be like, no, this is not drunk conversation. This is really like, I don't know, like somebody
I think I feel like I'm
this
gonna
level, man. No, I've never heard anybody resort to paper or anything like that for an art. I mean, this is next level stupidity. No, this is the stupidest you see.
Okay, all right. No, this is well, when you're a lawyer and you have to convince juries are usually made up of genuinely like the most stupidest. So you have to, maybe usually you don't have to go this bad. I agree. But I was just going to say, though, I feel like I've pushed you to pretty stupid conversations in the past. But yeah, we never come to sort of like, okay, this piece of cloth are the black people, okay? And this piece of cloth are the white people. Now they're at war. we never resort to this level of prop use. I mean, I was waiting for Carrot Top to just come in and do a couple of bits in the middle of this. But
imagine if the producers like flame this, like just throw in some other color paper. Let's see where this
Yeah,
goes.
just- yeah,
Here's a red piece of paper. Let your imagination guide you. Just go. We'll edit it out.
Put a
if
blue one.
anything.
Put a blue piece of paper. Put a red one. See if she talks about the indigenous Americans. Put the red one. Yeah, it would be amazing. I mean, if the live viewers were just racking up and the producer was like, yeah, man, we have to keep this going. Get us some colored paper. Get us some colored paper. I don't know. From what I recall, but human biology is slightly different from paper colors or colors, let's say shade. But then again,
no, the funny thing is that even her argument, even on the ridiculousness of it, right, could even like fall on its face there. Like even if you were to engage in some, you know, actual technical differences between paper, even if you were to do that, you might be
there's a good chance you're gonna beat it. You're like
you know, if you ask someone randomly, hey, give me a piece of paper, right, and they give you like a red piece of paper, right, or like you'd be like,
that would be odd.
No, you'd be like, no, just give me like a white piece of paper or something, you know. So even on that point, her argument wasn't even right. That almost like paper is synonymous with a white piece of paper, although technically it's not. But anyway, just bringing that to prove another argument. Russia and Ukraine. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll get to your politics.
Okay, I have a purple piece of cloth here.
Let me get a pillow. Let me get a pillow.
And a glass and a metal glass. This is Ukraine. This is Russia. What is Russia doing to Ukraine right now? It's trying to take over.
Okay, you agree? No, that was actually not bad. That was a good visual way of describing.
I did a great. I should have partially covered it because it's only taken 1/3 of.
Okay, now you're getting more and more accurate.
This is BBC level graphics I'm doing.
I feel like that's the kind of silly video that would go popular online, like guy explain Russia-Ukraine conflict.
You using a beer like pint glass. But the fuller it gets, the more of Ukraine is under the control of Russia.
Okay, I think this is probably one of the best ideas you've ever had. Joking aside.
I should have worked for BBC Newsnight, but sadly I'm here. But I have to say, man, I have to say the piece of paper thing is stupid because I don't know, are yellow papers always recycled papers or can they be also just original?
Yes, they can be colored paper, right? Like
no, because yellow paper is quite common though. You see yellow paper a lot. It's not like red paper.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends.
You know what I mean?
Yellow for it to be recycled or
sticky notes and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just saying it's a very
that's a sticky note
like
anyway.
human biology. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, right. That's a whole.
Don't confuse the whole thing.
They should have their own category for a sports competition. Sticky notes. Yeah. Oh, but Jesus Christ!
If a sticky note wanted to compete, then what?
There is less than 1% in sticky notes, and you are still pushing this. You're pushing this man looking at you. It's all. But going back to the real substance, man, it's just both right and left engage in this because it's easier than talking about economics and all that. It's boring.
Mm-hmm.
So let's more talk about this.
But okay.
Anyway, great use of analogy. I feel it's like almost Jordan Peterson level. I feel.
Yeah, even him. Yeah, at least he brings in a living animal or something. Just
that would be lobster. So the lobster eats the paper. What?
Yeah, his is like elegant or something, not like you know.
Yeah, he's very Christian. He's religious, like it goes with animals and you know, like funny adventures they have. A crow and a turtle raced, and you know, something like that.
Okay, alrighty, Sam. So actually, I haven't heard of this Keke Palmer controversy. All that I can say is that I recognize this actress. I think this is That's So Raven, if I'm not mistaken, or am I?
Who? Which one? The one white one, or the black lady?
Yeah.
I don't know them, any of them, but I'm I'm not familiar. I'm more in the, you show me a black and white picture, I tell you if it's Clark Gable or
No, it was a
Humphrey
Disney.
Bogart.
No, it was like a Disney
Yes.
show that, like, I watched or my
When
sister
you were a
watched
kid?
a bit. Anyway,
Oh, your sister.
that's so
Yeah, your sister.
Raven. Hey, Disney
Yeah,
Channel.
that's
Listen,
yeah.
Sam,
When
back
you
in the days,
remember,
there was no YouTube and all this that you kids have. Okay, we had to watch
I'm
whatever
sorry,
was on
man.
TV.
Okay, but when you remember the theme song and you start singing
They're
it,
catchy. That's the whole
yeah, my
thing. It's
sister.
Disney. They indoctrinate you.
Oh, you're going
They always have it.
DeSantis. You're going.
Man,
You're going full DeSantis.
I can't get Skibidi Dib out of my head. And
I know, it's
but
so
the
good.
beginning is a song that I used to be obsessed with by Nelly Furtado and all that, so I can see how now. But Skibidi
Is it?
dum dum
Is it?
dum dum
It's the
de,
song that.
Skibidi bom bom.
It's
Love
like a
it.
song that apparently was like Turkish. I thought you
No.
would know because it's apparently like popular with Turkish restaurants or something. Some fat guy, the song,
It's popular everywhere with
we
everything.
can't play
anyone.
Nelly Furtado, by the way. You know that, right?
No,
That's
just like the
music
first
is.
second. I just want to, which you'll recognize immediately. I want to see which one it is.
Am I throwing you off?
Nope.
No.
Oh, I know this song. Yeah, this song. Was it this?
No,
This
no,
KVD?
hold on.
This?
No, fuck. Which one is it? Ah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's "Give It to Me" with Justin Timberlake. Yes.
Oh wow, I had no idea, but okay. Yeah, that sounds before she was.
Timberland, Nelly Furtado, and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, pause. What are you doing?
But yeah, man, I can't get this Skibidi thing. Yeah.
It's so good. It's me neither. That's why it's like a virus. No, I definitely agree. But yeah, Jonah Hill. So do you know about the Jonah Hill controversy?
Yes. So pretty much.
So tell us about that.
Texting his ex-girlfriend, who was like a semi-pro surfer. That was just one of the facts that stuck with me. Who was a semi-pro surfer. Apparently, he would send all these kind of like. The texts were a bit like at the same time, like, I mean, he wasn't insanely aggressive, but at the same time, it was that kind of like he's like, if you want to be friends with other guys, then we're not for each other. And like, I guess just like harassing in that way, it seemed just over and over again. Like,
harassing?
Out of nowhere. No, right, but like, he seemed like.
I mean, they were in a relationship.
Yeah, but
so it
he
was
seemed
kind of
to
like
be
a
more
talk,
engaging afterwards with this kind of stuff. That's more the vibe I got from the few messages.
Oh, I only read that one. I read the only 2 takes that he sends that he clears. He puts the boundaries. So I don't know about before or after. But yeah. So the Keke Palmer one is similar to that she has apparently a boyfriend who she has a child with, and she went to an Usher concert and hugged Usher in a very close match. I don't know how do you hug someone. Yeah, I know, right? I think it's in the story I brought. I thought it was in the picture or something. But anyway, but she's dressed in also a very, I mean, look at the way she's dressed.
Brandon, how do you feel about?
I mean, she was in an Usher concert, so is that
look
her?
At the dress that's the dress she's also wearing in the concert.
Yeah, but I mean, that's probably part of her job, right? To dress like that. I mean,
that's okay. I mean, and I don't think this is even for Hollywood. I don't think that's particularly even revealing dress, is it?
No, and I mean, it looks like more like a performance dress.
Oh my God! Look at that picture. They are doing an eye line of him to her ass. Is that
and in fact, he wasn't like crazy about it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
He's like dancing
Look at the
and
hands.
singing. You know what Usher sings? He dances and sings about love. So I mean, like, so like if she's gonna come, he's gonna dance with her. He's an R&B singer. That's what R&B. They sing about.
Yeah, he's not
and
like he's not gangster type.
No,
he's not
R&B.
like about bitches and
no, he's R&B and like
he's love and the flowers.
Romance.
But no, I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
peace and love, as in
romance bitches. Yeah, but his hand even like usually in these sort of Hollywood stuff. Have you seen like their hand is usually on the girl's ass? But so
what did he
that's
show?
first.
Yeah,
I mean, I was gonna. Yeah, like, don't you know about Corona? Don't you know about do a fist bump and you move on? But my first thought was like, don't you know who you're like in a relationship with, or you're like the surfer girl was the same. I don't know what you think. I think like it feels to me extremely shitty.
Tried to get out of it. Now, why did she release those messages though? Like, why did she then do that?
No, it seems like she's an awful person too. Apparently, it's from like this. Their relationship is from quite a long time ago, and now he's having a kid with somebody else or something. So she's sort of trying to get, probably because she wanted media attention. Man, why do you think? Saying she wanted to increase her Instagram profile.
But what's the excuse that she gave? Like,
to show how emotionally manipulative he was and what a sexist he uses. I think that's what they say. He uses therapy language to manipulate. You saw this loser? Oh my God! Why? How can people look like that and like say, okay, I'm gonna go in front of camera? This guy, the guy, I'm gonna do my job, sit in front of the camera. That's with these eyebrows. I'm gonna, this is for camera.
Too out of the ordinary.
Sure, you're right. I'm being mean because he was like therapy talk. He's using boundaries.
No, he sounded like a douchebag loser.
He sounded like a dick. Yeah. But you don't need
shut
to
the fuck up. Who are you?
Scientific. Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck. Okay, let's not date anymore. Fuck off.
Yeah.
It's just they have to like scientific. He was annoying for sure, and that's what I was gonna say. Putting aside the fact that everybody's doing everything for media attention, I think the fact that you get into a relationship with somebody who's like, like an American singer, like, or actress, like Keke Palmer. Well, like, what do you think, like, she's gonna dress at an Usher concert? Well, like, I thought she's gonna respect the hijab. I really thought she's gonna. I got into a relationship thinking I'm gonna change this bitch into a hijab respecting. She didn't. I mean, I don't know that maybe in the later she twerked or something. I don't know, but again, this is part of her job. Like,
job.
What exactly. I'm
guessing, right? Like, what is Keke Palmer?
Actress and a singer, I assume.
American actress, yeah.
I've seen her in something. I'm sure I've seen her in
singer and television personality. I mean, she
would have television personality, basically borderline.
Yeah. Breaking her contracts or something if she didn't behave that way.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know what they expect. Like, no, I married her expecting a nice Christian girl.
She might be a nice Christian girl. I
mean, one of those that is in like a weird sort of sexual opening. But no, like, it's like, on a Sunday you are like, Keke, where are you? I'm in the church. You are in a concert. I can't believe it. I expected you to be in the church. What are you talking about? No. And then apparently, according to the Hill, the guy, the boyfriend of Keke Palmer, even like had like, I don't know, tweeted or Instagrammed pictures of her in like quite sexy dress or whatever. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Like, I don't understand this. I mean, would you ever? I like to think I have certain clothing standards for like my partner, but if go to Keke Palmer, if somebody that hot, I don't know, would you? I would probably abandon all those. Yeah, Usher can dance with you all night long, as long as I get to see you once a week. I get to lick that face. But Usher can do it. I don't know. What do you think? Like, if like for somebody that beautiful, would you? I mean, you can't answer this. I feel like I put you in very difficult.
But I mean, you can easily find somebody else.
Who? Him? Usher?
No, me.
Or who? Oh, you can? Oh, really? Sure. Yes,
To have
he's
a few
married, guys.
drinks, everything.
He's married. Let him have his delusions. Yeah. You can get any girl. You can get
No, I
any
just
girl
meant
you
like,
want.
no. I just wouldn't mind if I just got another girl.
Sure, but no. It's somebody like that level is. I'm just saying, like it's if you have somebody that hot. I'm just saying, don't be so picky about who they dance with. Just be
it's not
happy that
bad.
they are limiting who they are sleeping with to you. like you should be glad about that. But yeah, I mean.
Oh, is she? Wait, no. Oh, so, never mind.
She's. I think I've seen her in a movie because this picture looks so familiar. That hairstyle.
Yeah, here she looks like the girl from Orange Is the New Black.
Is it? No, I don't think so. No, but I would say though she's a mother, and that I don't know how I would have felt about that if I had a kid with somebody and that was their job. Like I'm not saying they should have stopped or anything. I'm just saying how I would feel. Yeah, exactly. Don't have a kid with them. Yes,
no,
exactly.
or like fine, okay, and then I guess this is what she does. Yeah, I mean, she's gonna.
It's just
you're gonna have to get divorced.
Do you think it's good for the kids?
How do you think Oremi's theories here extend to? Where is he?
The white people, the Jonah Hill or the Keke Palmer thing?
How do you think he would break down the situation here? Will he link it back?
Oh, no, he does. That's why I know about this, because they talk about it on Bad Faith. Guess how he links it? Guess what he talks about? Which kind of makes me think he's basically a troll. He's a troll. Because he, go to the Keke Palmer picture, he's like, you know what I want to really talk about is that this picture is not really flattering to her. I think this is a very, like he was saying, basically it's not very flattering and it's a tacky picture. So I don't like, I don't like this dress. And basically he doesn't really answer Bree's question. He just talks so much and Bree gets tired and he's like, let's move on or something. He just talks about the fact that, like I think this dress is like tacky and it's not a good look for her or something. I don't know. I really, like he basically just talks about the quality of that dress.
But you made a good point, and then that he talked so much and Bree probably gave up. And I mean, this one was an hour and 37, which is as long as Bree.
Bree's usually 1 hour.
Yeah,
the free shows.
Probably didn't want to put on a paywall. And secondly, like if this guy was tipsy or drunk, there would be no stopping him. I mean, you literally would have to put a sock in his mouth and like just tape it around to shut him up. He would just go on and on.
I don't like this hatred for people who speak a lot. Okay, there are a lot of people who speak a lot. But
you just said the same thing about it.
Is interesting. No, but some people are. No, you just say talk and talk. Say talk and talk about this stupid thing.
Nobody can talk and talk for interesting stuff. I mean, you can talk, but at some point that needs to come to an end.
No, I think I can do it forever. I'm pretty sure I can have one interesting talk. Starting now, let's go. So, starting from Batman. No. He just doesn't. Sometimes I feel like he's basically a troll. He's just a troll professor.
The part where the Asian, what's the Asian American joke? That was funny.
Oh, he was. He said that Asian Americans shouldn't expect to come to America, and then suddenly America forgets about racial identity or racially becomes unconscious, which is like, okay, yeah, sure. But yeah, so do you I mean, as a Muslim man, I'm sure your wife respects the job, right? You beat her every time I remember one time Kamir's wife one string of her hair just dropped under the cover, and he was following her with the belt around the house, just trying to beat her. And we were all supporting, of course. We were all like, yes, good Muslim man, good.
I'm a white guy, so only good things happen to me.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot we are white, so
I should have brought these guys and showed them in like when we were in high school in Dubai. I should have shown these guys to like the English girls. Be like, you see, they think I'm white. So what do you think?
Like
they never got the memo. They didn't.
No, they never.
Get Olemi on the line. Olemi, tell them what I am. Tell them.
Allow me, tell them how white we are. They will not blow us. We tried everything. We've tried everything and they
Here, come
refuse to
here.
blow
The
us.
lady wants to talk to you.
Allow me, tell them how white and privileged we are. Tell them. Okay, now will you come to the closet with me?
In America,
Yeah,
I'm
man,
white.
yeah, we need to move to America immediately.
Now it's too late. Where was all this 15 years ago?
Yeah, exactly. In high school. Oh, back then, Islamophobia, that was, God damn it, we missed our chance, man. We had the very worst time. If any other time, we would be white. We wouldn't be Muslim.
Too funny. Okay, so to another person, crazy guy, I think him too, just a few weeks I was saying, yeah, I'd be curious to hear him talk more. I think I'm done. Now I'm just curious. Curiosity's over.
He's the worst because...
quickly. I'm like, it's not even July. When did we start this? It's been like 3 weeks.
When he came out first with the whole, I'm gonna run my campaign on the idea that CIA killed my dad and my uncle, I was so happy. I thought you're gonna have so many conspiracies. Did you know CIA is trying to go to Mars and like put cows there? It's funny stuff. But no, instead, constantly what he's talking about, there was a trial, and in that trial, about 20% of the people who were giving this protein, if I wanted to study, God, I'm not interested in this science shit, okay? And he's really not letting go. And his latest mishap was the fact that he mentioned that there is potentially, he uses, I think Briahna Greyjoy on the Hill was quite right. He uses lawyer language. So if you listen to him carefully, you can never nail him down. He says, basically, there are these sort of biological weapon programs. And also, by the way, unrelated to that, COVID seems unrelated to that. COVID seems to have attacked white and black people more, and not have affected Jews and Chinese. So let's get them now. They get the Jews. I'm joking with the thing. But yeah, and by the way, I think that shows to me that how unscientific everything he says is, to be honest. Because, look, man, that's just like, first of all, just linking to a PubMed article doesn't mean anything. Like most of the stuff that was, by the way, about masking and stuff, also had a PubMed article backing it during the height of COVID.
Everything that they hate
everything
had more, even
possibly more. And frankly, again, so soon after Corona, people talking about bullshit like this, that China, maybe the genetics of the Chinese and Ashkenazi Jews are better equipped or whatever. It's just too soon. Maybe it is. Maybe people with those like genetics are better equipped to combat that disease. Maybe it's designed to be like that. Maybe it's not. It's just there is nowhere close to even like close to half enough good enough information to comment on these shits.
Yeah.
But he does. So it's just he's interested in a narrative. He really likes this. So he loves it, man. He can't shut him up about this. Like, then the protein, they changed it in the second trial. And in this second trial, then Jesus Christ, stop talking. Just stop. Shut up. Shut up.
It's gonna be really interesting to see. I just wish they could just do a real election and just to see if he would come out winner, because he very much likely would.
No, man, I don't.
I'm just curious to see what normal people are thinking about him.
Read the pollings.
Yeah, but polling this is way too early to look at polls. Yeah.
The only difference between an election and a poll is that election is official. Like, that's the only difference. Like, there's like, in terms of just accuracy, elections are also corrupt. There are just mistakes made in them, and people, random people show up, all that. So I think I don't care. But it would have been nice to see the debates. That's what I kind of like, to be honest. I like the debates because you get some premium content. I don't really care if people,
For sure.
But go to the Trump video I sent you on the Hill. Talks about the title is related to Cornel West, but it's about RFK, and Trump talks about RFK. Is it the one about the title as Cornel West in it or something?
Yeah, I think I just saw it here. Huh? Wait.
I'm interested to know your take on Trump's take on RFK and Biden. I thought it was highly accurate and almost surprising.
Okay, here we go.
That's it.
Yeah, so this
You
one I
went
haven't
through
seen.
every tab. You went through every tab except the one right in front. Anyway, okay. But yeah, go to the Trump bit. Yeah, play this.
All right, let's go.
Maria Bartiromo aired this Sunday. Let's watch.
I think they'll vote for me much more than the union leaders who are indoctrinated into the Democrat Party. But no, I think that Biden will probably be the candidate if he can make it.
Well, the Democrats don't want to do debates. I know Marianne Williamson and RFK Jr. want to debate. What do you think about that?
Well, I understand why he doesn't want to do it. I mean, I truly understand why he doesn't want to do it. But they are, there's a big difference. Although, in the case of RFK, I've seen polls where he's at 20%. That's not bad. But I understand why he doesn't want to do that. Look, when you're running for office and you have, in his case, let's say he has a 30 or 40 point lead, why would he do it? Now, people are going to say, well, he can't do it. I actually think he can't do it, if you want to know the truth. I don't think he's capable of doing it. But why would he do it? Especially because of that. Why would he do it? If he's got a 30 or 40 point lead, which is what he's got, I mean, I don't think RFK expects that he's going to be debating. He's a very smart guy, by the way. I don't think he expects to be debating Biden.
Man, it's how
He's
is Trump the
100%
most
right.
normal guy out of everybody?
Man, he was always
Yeah.
he was always the most normal guy. Like I just like we got brainwashed
Yeah.
into. I remember the Republican primaries. I remember Republican primaries was the time that I 100% thought Trump by far is the least
Yeah, I mean,
psycho.
But
And
yeah,
then
but a
with
couple
Hillary,
of those guys are
same.
nuts, though. But I mean, because Ted Cruz and
who's more
Ted
balanced than
Cruz
him?
and Mark Rubio are nuts. So yeah, I mean,
Man,
I can see that.
I know. No,
But that's
like
true,
they
that
say,
becomes
oh,
everyone.
Iran deal. They talk about the Iran deal. Marco Rubio, who's like the most middle ground, like the Republican answer to Obama, he was one of those people who were saying that the day I get in, I'm gonna come out
Yeah.
of the Iran deal. So it's just
Exactly.
yeah, they're all yeah. No, he's by far the most normal, and yeah, Obama gave that illusion of normality for a
Yeah.
while to Democrats, but that seems to have all gone pretty much. But do you think I think he's 100% right. Like Biden, why would he do it?
Oh yeah, of course. No. I mean, Biden, the best strategy is again just to do the bare minimum, 100%, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean that's
doubt.
yeah. I mean, even if he wasn't, dying or dead according to some reports, when you're incumbent, why would you
Yeah,
what the fuck is this? Like, why I'm playing with bunch of losers who are selling books and one guy who's like saying don't get vaccinated or something. Like, what is this? Like,
No, yeah. I mean, that's the easiest decision, that you just make Biden lay low as much as possible. I mean, that's just
if he was a bit more like there up the in the brain stuff, they could have used him. Just go online and destroy these people, man. Just a couple of videos. What am I, a
Could
joke
he
like
though?
this? I think if he was a bit
No,
there,
man.
yeah. When
He's nuts
Obama
too.
years,
This would rub on.
he would
This
no,
would rub onto
he would have
him,
been
and he'll
Trump.
start going crazy too.
No, he was more like Trump nuts. He would say stuff that like the time where he basically, before Obama went on and said, "Yeah, gay people are okay to marry. It's fine." And then Obama was like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, well, we weren't okay, sure, okay, yeah, you okay with okay, I'm okay with that too. I'm okay if you are okay with that." So I think he would have destroyed Marianne. And oh Jesus, talking of Marianne, somebody else left her campaign. I had no idea she had. I think there are more people leaving her campaign at the moment. At each moment, there are more people leaving her campaign than entering it. So that's good. So she tried with a tweet to attach himself to RFK, with the whole, we didn't talk about the whole main RFK thing, which he talked about how the viruses attack, white people and black people more. And yeah, Marianne was like, I condemn his words, and he was like, anybody asked you, or who are you again? Sorry, what is your are you allowed to be here? Is this what is going on? And she was like, yes, I am. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I didn't mean to. I was like, I don't think we're ever gonna get to the Marianne Williamson thing. I think it's just impossible. I still don't understand. Even here, when you were explaining her role, I cut you off. But sorry, okay. So her role is that she reacted to RFK.
She's trying to regain some momentum right now by doing reaction videos like we do. Basically, that's where she is now.
If the Vanguard boys have this much of common sense, they're not going to invite her one of these days and undo 2 weeks of hard work and like a big strike of luck. I mean, all they need right now is for Marianne Williamson to come and take 200 of their subscribers.
Man, they are trying. They had the person who left Marianne Williamson call her a grifter and said that her whole campaign is to sell books. And I don't know, they're so funny. They're defending Marianne Williamson. Maybe you can go to a Vanguard Boys video or something, just so I'm talking about them. But they were defending Marianne Williamson, and they were like, look, her campaign is losing money. She had to put her own money in it. Look. So their defense is basically, if the scam you have doesn't work, it means that you are not in it for the money. So, if you're unsuccessful, a scam artist, then then it's, but they are so pathetic, man. They defend her like I couldn't believe they're so, like, it feels, I mean, I don't want to believe this, but at this point I'm inclined to that everybody is in somebody's pocket. I feel like they're like on a payroll for Marianne or something. Like she buys them, like she provides the cat food for their cat or something, and she because they're
unbelievable, like cheated.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's not a great deal, but yeah, they defend her for some weird reason. They are in this, man.
But listen, they become friends with her also. So I guess at this point they don't have it in them.
I'm friends with you. I call you a dick like every other.
But not everyone's a horrible person like you.
That's true. That is the
no.
They
can actually flip out on people too. That's not even fair. I mean, they can act like total douchebags. But yeah, here.
I mean, that could be a good pivot for them, like Anna. They should sell out Marianne. They should set up like a friendly interview, but go in really, why do everybody leaves your campaign? Are you a psycho bitch or not? That would.
Man, I would donate.
Bring in a lot of views. You would donate money?
Super chat.
We haven't spent actual money on our own channel, and you will donate money to their channel.
I believe in the ripple effects. If that were to happen, I think one of the waves would hit us too. Like some 200, a little shake.
Fucking karma bullshit.
I think that would trickle down. If the Vanguard boys would actually pull something like that off, I think there will be something that but no.
I mean, that would be good if they do that. That would be nice. I'm just putting it out there. If they hear it, I would be interested to see that.
Well, yeah. So this was what. Yeah. So
the Tucker Carlson thing is boring a bit. What is this?
No, the other one was RFK.
Oh yeah, I think we're done with RFK stuff, right?
Yeah.
So this, I don't know if you saw this, but Tucker Carlson, this is funny. Play the part where Tucker Carlson talks to Mike Pence.
Here's what he had to say.
You are distressed that the Ukrainians don't have enough American tanks. Every city in the United States has become much worse over the past 3 years. Yeah. Drive around. There's not one city that's gotten better in the United States. And it's visible. Our economy has degraded. The suicide rate has jumped. Public filth and disorder and crime have exponentially increased. And yet, your concern is that the Ukrainians, a country most people can't find on a map, who've received tens of billions of US tax dollars don't have enough tanks. I think it's a fair question to ask, like, where's the concern for the United States in that?
Well, it's not my concern. Tucker, I've heard that routine from you before, but that's not my concern. I'm running for president of the United States because I think this country's in a lot of trouble. I think Joe Biden has weakened America at home and abroad. And as president of the United States,
I had no idea what
law and order in our cities.
Bro, never say that's not my concern. After that,
he
like,
just.
I mean, if you could pick a worse word to say.
Yeah, that's for sure. But it kind of felt like he didn't understand. He got owned bad by Tucker. But I would say
I've never seen such level of ownage in this kind of mainstream world.
Yeah, he should have clearly should have said, but those tanks are built by American workers, which I support. Whoa!
Yeah,
that's it. Easy pivot, very easy pivot. Always American. When they say why do you build like shitty stuff that kills children, because the workers get good union jobs out of it. That's why. Fuck off now, you piece of shit. But besides that, the Tucker Carlson thing, I loved it. Our American cities have been getting worse during the last 3 years because before the last 3 years, during the Trump years, he was great. Again, Obama years awful. Bush years, he was great again. It's just the last 3 years, last 3 years.
My favorite part
it's been very bad.
Is where he said like filth has increased exponentially.
Yeah.
Who used that word? In that context.
According to which study that counted filth across the cities? Yeah. I don't know. It's just hilarious. The filth has exponentially. As soon as Biden came in, it was like, have you seen? Do you remember Lion King when a Scar took over and all the green lands became dry? It was just like that. When Biden took over, the green land became dry, and the birds started dying. It was unbelievable. It was like Antichrist or something.
That was too funny. What the hell? And then he said, I'm not concerned. Jesus Christ.
Not my I don't know why he went with not my concern. I think he wanted to show like he's above Tucker or something. He's the stupidest. He's the stupidest. Like, I'm not sure. Like, he was in our business for a while. He used to have a radio show in Utah or whatever the fuck he's from, like a evangelical radio type thing. And he couldn't, like, it was just too boring for people to tune in. It was just, no, I'd rather listen to a psycho like Rush Limbaugh or something. Like, no, I'm not this. This is too boring.
Jesus.
But he looks like, I don't know if you remember, there was these because we had satellite growing up. I used to watch a lot of cartoons from my dad's generation from 1960s and stuff. And there was this guy, Johnny Quest. That was it. Google Johnny Quest cartoon. I think his dad or his uncle looked like him. Just like him. I'm not even go to images. Johnny.
Oh yeah.
There was one character. Yeah. His dad. Look, it's him. It was him. I should write a joke about this. He looks exactly like him. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, the movie's gonna come out, so. Oh, that was
really? Robert Rodriguez is making a Johnny Quest one?
That was
2015. Oh, so it's probably development hell, I assume. But that would have been great. I really enjoyed this one. It was pretty good. They made a really cool animation, a CGI version. It lasted one season. All right. Now, do we have... Yeah, let's just... I thought we'd talk about the sports because there was the Wimbledon thing, which we kind of talked about. And there was this, the Messi move to enter Miami. So before that, you want anything on Wimbledon you want to add? Or?
Yeah, so I mean, this young kid, he's the third youngest now, not the youngest person that won Wimbledon. He lost badly to Djokovic in Roland Garros just like 2-3 weeks ago. But
that's what I heard.
He got cramped though, like crazy. Like, it's just so funny. After that, like he pretty much couldn't play after the second set. And this one, he lost the first set pretty easily, but then here came back, and then here, and he just hit some insane shots sometimes. They're just insane.
Is he more like
he just
More like a
hits.
Nadal sort of power player, or more technical like Federer?
He has them all.
Really? Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
like he also does a lot of these like new like little tiny little drop shots where like the ball just like falls net and goes, and then something just like bah, hits it, and he just runs around like crazy too. And
does he make the Nadal noise sort of every time he hits the ball?
No, but he
he's
has some
silent.
weird. No, he also has some. I mean, tennis is just a sport of it seems like, of weird like behaviors and like tics. I don't know. Maybe there's like too many moments to yourself that you just develop like strange habits. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the best one was the Nadal doing the doing exercises in the corridors and doing this, and then Swedish guy on his phone pretending as if, what the fuck, is he gonna attack me? What is going on?
Yeah, that was too
that was the
funny.
best. But all right, that's, I mean, it's
Yeah.
interesting. Djokovic finally, where is he from? Alcarez, Brazil or
No,
something?
Spain.
I heard Spain. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So he's, we'll see if he's gonna become like Djokovic, gonna be there forever type way.
Yeah, depends, I guess. Yeah, you can I doubt Djokovic was this successful at his age already, because this is his second Grand Slam. Last year he also won the US
really?
Open. Yeah.
How young is he? Like 19 or something?
I think he just turned 20.
Wow. I hate these people so much.
He's 20
young
right
people
now.
who are more successful.
He's born in
than I am.
2003.
Jesus Christ, I remember 2003.
Yeah.
Fuck off. We should kill him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but no, you can't be. Anybody born out of year 2000 should not be more successful than I am. It's just the law. New law I passed.
And man, you sent me this. I guess you found this Messi jersey shocking, and I don't blame you.
Man,
except it
what
is,
the
again,
hell?
in North America they have
Zoom
a different
in, people.
conception of
Zoom in.
things. Because you know why this is not weird? If you think about it in American sports context, they go for things like that. Like, okay, this is Canadian. But,
sorry, let me make a joke.
In basketball, this is like, Toronto's team. They're called like, Toronto Raptors. They're the dinosaur. It's actually very much alike.
You're right. But go to them. Go to the thing. Go to their jersey.
Well, yeah.
So what you're saying is it's very normal in America to have one of the recruiting villains of the Ninja Turtles to be your mascot? Is that what, like one of the enemies? It's not even one of the major enemies. It's one of the shittier enemies. It's literally Ninja Turtle enemies, man.
I want to say they took it as far as they can go.
Yeah, I mean, I love how zoom in. I love how the crocodile is doing steroids. Clearly,
at least TRT. At the very least,
at least TRT.
He shares the same vitamin regimen than RFK.
Yeah,
that's
RFK.
for sure. Just like RFK is like, I have no idea.
Hormone therapy, I don't know, but I've seen Joe Rogan talk about it. I listen to Joe Rogan a lot. Yeah, definitely. But what is with the? But then you have the crocodile. But what is with the tiger?
There's also tiger. There's also the tiger is there. You're right. Those aren't even
Pakistan or is that Pakistan or America? Because it sounds like more Pakistan than Miami at this point. So weird, man. But I have to say, because it seems you as a sports correspondent and expert, you're not going to step up. I did do a Google search, and this is not their I don't know what this T-shirt is. Their official logo. The official logo is the one behind you. It's those pelicans, which is kind of not much better.
Yeah,
it's a better logo, but the animal is not.
They stole that from
really. They stole that from Brighton, man. From Brighton Football Albion.
Or even Inter. What's that called again? What's that called?
Inter Milan?
No, their signs on their jerseys. Their emblem.
Emblem? No. Yeah, from whose emblem though? Who did they steal? Do you think?
Right? No, just like in general though. I wanna, it's very much American, I would say.
Oh, the Pelicans.
Yeah, just all kinds.
Fair enough. But yeah, the Brighton had seagulls. So another like shitty bird. Like
tigers.
Oh my, yeah, you're right. I just remember what was Lakers when I was a kid. Lakers, they were the Michael Jordan thing was a bull, right?
Yeah, or
it
my
was like
favorite.
That was cool, yeah.
Mighty Ducks, which is both a real
That's a cartoon,
team and
right?
a cartoon.
It's a real team, Mike?
I think so. Hockey team. Hold on. I think
and they
so.
actually
I
have
hope
a
I'm
duck
not being
as a
stupid.
mascot. I thought it was
the
Anaheim Ducks. So they're from Anaheim, the Disney city. Yeah, I used to have action figure. Very like
or wait, but here these are all like from the movie, or no, actually no, it's just but man, I was obsessed with that movie.
The Mighty Ducks?
Yeah.
I've never been into sports movies. That is so interesting that there is a whole bunch of movies you've seen that I don't even know if I've seen Mighty Ducks. What is it? Is it like underdogs becoming champions, or what's
exactly,
is the black kid they accept?
No, well, they beat the black
there is no black
dresses in all black, but they're like Swedish. They're like the bad kids. And yeah, this is the keeper, the funny guy, the kind of main guy, good looking, and this is like
There's
the
a girl?
coach. It's all about him. Yeah, this is a girl. There's another girl. This was like the bad boy.
Wait a minute. They allowed girls. This would have been a huge issue right now. Transsexual. They allowed girls on a hockey team. I mean, I've seen hockey, man. To be honest, I don't think you should allow male and female players to go at each other, because it's one of the more violent sports out there, I think.
But you know,
like it's bloodshed. I've seen that's part of their sports. They have one guy who's there to fight people, right? The goon or something.
He was the guy in that.
And so he could just go beat up girls, basically. It's like
well, no, in hockey you usually fight like a set person. Like usually like two people are like the fighters kind of in the fight, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm really speaking out of terms anyway. I'm not a I don't know much about hockey. But there is something to that. It's not like purely random, the fights. You have really? One guy on your team, like, don't piss him off. I'll tell him, don't fuck with me.
When you're behind in the game, you go to that guy and say, he called your mother a bitch. Just go that guy. Their coach called he called your mother. I think he was talking about he was saying shit behind your mother. But there was some labor stuff, man. Yeah, the role that you have no idea about. It's just, you remember Paul Mason, the psychopath? I think we talked about it, maybe. Paul Mason is going to go against Jeremy Corbyn.
Okay.
Stop.
Wait, the Twitter guy, like, Gray Zone, but that's not him.
Psycho. Paul Mason, yeah, he was the one whose gray zone is connected to the black people in UK, and the black people in the UK are connected to the Chinese government, and Chinese connected to Putin. So everybody's a Putinist. So, he was that guy. So by the way, they officially kicked Jeremy Corbyn out of the Labour Party now. So Paul,
I feel like they reported on that.
Yeah, I think I reported on that. But so he's completely out, and. Yeah, man, that's why, by the way, I think anybody putting their eggs in the basket of Cornel West, or with even if they are truthful, which I think Cornel West is generally truthful about his position, they don't have what it takes, man. We saw with Jeremy Corbyn, he had the Labour Party. They don't have the balls. They are all liberals will say, but the grassroots, you have to respect the grassroots, and they will hold some elections, they will drag some issue for so long, and they will back away, just like Jeremy Corbyn did on the EU issue, just like he did on other issues. Like they don't have that's the problem. Nobody has the balls to fight them, I don't think. It's just people on the left are too democratic. And sorry, but democracy is just it's just democracy for now, I think, is against the things that's well, I'm for. I don't know who else is for.
I mean, sometimes I've made a slightly similar argument, which is that, perhaps like the politics of the left and like the views of the left or being like a leftist in general prevents you from kind of taking over power. One thing that I always used to talk about, maybe this is stupid, I guess, but which is like on the left, there is, being critical and criticizing and all this is kind of, it's good. It's at the heart of it and it's seen well. So maybe that just leads, just people arguing forever and ever and ever. And, you can't go beyond that because you're always being critical and disagreeing and pointing out differences.
No,
so
I think there's
elements.
I think there's an element to it in that sense. But I also think,
yeah, of course, it
like
cover
just
everything.
if you go to academia of right wing, politics of right wing, it's the same. I think the main problem is, which we've seen, I think, manifest itself at crucial moments during the last 100 years, is that they care too much about democracy. They care more about democracy. And I'm not talking about, they more care about democracy more than they care about individual freedom and more about a full stomach. And personally, I care about more about individual freedom plus fullest. I mean, to be honest, I care about full stomach because it allows me to be free and a shelter. So no, they care about the community, the imaginary community that allows them to pretend whatever belief they have is majority. 100%. So that's like, yeah, that's right. I think that's the major issue. And they will never are willing to buy the media hatred if, you know what I mean, like to do something substantive, I think.
Yeah. No, yeah, fair enough. I mean, this isn't even at that scale, but I mean, the stupidest belief in democracy I've ever perhaps seen is a very recent example of the Vanguard boys wanting the Green Party to have elections.
Primaries.
I was like, primaries. Yeah. I was like, listen, if a Democratic candidate ever gets to become president, that is the world's greatest democratic feat ever achieved ever. Okay, I'll give them
if a Green Party,
if a Green Party, sorry. Oh, a Green Party, sorry. Oh yeah, yes. Spare them the primary. Okay.
It's just, I mean, look, man. I thought,
I never even thought the Green Party could have a primary. I thought that was for like a big party. I mean,
yeah, I thought you need to have like more than 5 members to
how
actually.
Can you, logistically, how does this happen? Like, there are 15 of you. How can you have a primary? It doesn't add up.
The 15 people, they are all located in different states, so we're gonna have primaries in each. I mean, it's hilarious. They think by allowing like open primaries and that type of thing, they set an example, or they invite people to come to their.
Use your money.
Yeah, exactly. They don't understand
the 10 supporters you had. Okay, now they hate you because they prefer that one.
They don't understand politics. They think politics is about convincing people. It's about convincing children, yes. But when you grow up and decide the side, then you have to fight for that side. No, they want to just have discussions and and fair enough. I understand the thing, but don't pretend as if like it's just hilarious that So I don't know, man. I don't think
funny.
It's just no. Just I remember fucking Corbyn. And like, because he became a leader of the Labour Party, and he, like, every time they criticized him for a policy, he was like, this was not my decision, this was the decision our members came to, like trying to emphasize that, oh, we have a democratic process. I'm sure like people in Yorkshire and Bedfordshire and all that were like, oh, you have a democratic process, you allow your members, oh, I should come and vote for you. Just, they are idiots. They're like, they care way. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I care too little about democracy, but this is just beyond belief. This, like, everybody needs to speak 24/7 about everything.
Agree. I think, No, agree. Just again, I think the theme of this show, you like this. You love themes. It's extremism. People are just taking things too far.
As an extremist, I love extremism. So this was just this is, by the way, all partially side effect of Boris resigning. So Rishi Sunak is facing 6 by-elections, and already Labour is probably not going to do well. So Keir Starmer is already in this interview here saying, look, don't expect Labour to do too well, even though Tories have been in power for 2 decades. Like basically, if you put if you put Jesus in power for 2 decades, people start hating him because things go bad naturally.
With all the big things that happened too, like pandemic,
with COVID.
The Brexit thing, going on for so long.
Recession was during you remember recession? Yeah. so we'll see if
true was recession. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Blair was already over, right?
Yeah, Blair was Brown, yeah.
And Cameron literally reason he left is because he dared people getting on.
I dare. If you vote, we leave. I leave. Oh, you voted leave? Okay, I have to go now. Lost the premiership in a day. Yeah,
that must have been one of the funniest things done at that high level.
Man, Cameron, though, I wish I had his life. He was the only global leader that he became a leader and he became younger. He became fatter and his hair was more lush. And even Obama,
he was
his hair became great.
Looking English prime minister, for the past 20 years.
Since I remember, Again, you think John Major wasn't? What about Thatcher? Have you seen Thatcher?
But you don't even need to go that far, because just over the past 20 years, there's already 10 people to compare him to. So there is only 6 people this week we can compare. Prime ministers, Liz Truss. Do you remember her? She was the prime minister for half an hour. That was too funny.
No, right. He was the best looking.
I'm a fighter.
I'm not a quitter. But I have to go now because they called me and they said you have to quit. So, and there is a strike.
I'll move these two around. Yeah. So here you have nothing to say, or
there's just 2 strikes in UK.
You're linking them in that way.
And Hollywood also has a strike. So see,
I wanted to ask
good linkage.
Yeah.
I thought.
But maybe on Hollywood, I'm a bit more curious. I want to see what's your take on the Hollywood one.
I don't really have a take. I don't care. I mean, what do you mean? I am slightly sympathetic.
Really? Oh, interesting.
Because Christopher Nolan is supporting this.
Okay.
I am. Apparently the Writers Union. Not apparently. The Writers Union has been striking for the last month or so. You remember? I think we mentioned it, or maybe I just watched videos about it. But Chris Nolan, when Oppenheimer was premiering, when the strike call happened, this is the premiere actually. This is Florence Pugh on the premiere, and in the premiere, Christopher Nolan says that the screen actors are going on a strike and our actors are leaving in the support, and please, my union, the Writers Union. I had no idea Nolan was part of the Writers Union, but now that he is, yes, in Hollywood you have to work. I thought he's part of the Directors Union, and Directors Union has already made a deal with the Hollywood. So I thought you are against this deal, but Chris Nolan said we are for it. So we are a strike. We are against this deal. Yes. So my positions on Hollywood is like Chris Nolan, where he is. I follow him. I don't have independent. No, I'm much more interested in American independent cinema. I've always been, and I bemoan you reducing my love of cinema to Hollywood gossip. Where do you stand on the strikes? A lot of people are, these Hollywood, people, they are so have it so good, blah blah. But majority of actors and majority of writers, it's the thinking, majority of doctors. Is not
for sure. I don't think they're the big ones. Yeah, exactly. And I heard some stuff about how about filming you once and then keeping the rights to you at all times. These are things I wouldn't want happening to me. So I would. And they have a good union system. Probably. They could potentially come out victorious. So it's really not.
They have the best American. It's the last union that people.
Waste of time.
Teachers union, there are really teachers unions, doctors unions, police unions, and Police.
Yeah.
By police, I mean firefighters too. And these artistic unions are usually the only ones people care about. But I would add, yeah, man, it's a job with quite a low job security. As a former child actor, I can tell you this. There was, it's not actually.
Yeah.
So I don't
No,
like.
I
I don't,
agree.
I don't particularly like. I don't understand though. People are like, oh, they only care about themselves and stuff. I'm sorry, did those Amazon workers in the what is it called, in the storage places, did they went on a strike because of the Yemeni children, or were they went on a strike because they or unionized because they wanted better pay? I mean, I'm not saying they should necessarily want better pay for Yemeni children, but I'm just saying that's not how humans, humans tend to focus on their own life. But yeah, what do you have any takes on this? Do you have any views on the strikes?
On the strikes, do I have any views? No, I just told you. Yeah, no, that was the biggest thing.
Just told you Christopher Nolan supports it. Now you still don't have it. You have to now take it. You're either with us or against us.
Let's not get there.
All right.
Okay.
Just to finish off.
Anything else? There's this Iranian thing and thing you sent me.
Yeah, let's just to finish off, play a bit of this. So you don't even have to play, but go to pictures of the guy they show. There is so in Iran they are trying to they've subtly have brought the morality police back in some places. But as you can see, by the way, how they play this guy just for a second. The police guy, play him with the audio. Just for you, because there is a translation.
In addition to their other duties, these police officers will deal with those who, unfortunately, ignore the consequences of not wearing the proper hijab and insist on disobeying the norms.
First of all, I think there was a bit of a mistranslation there. Nobody uses the word hijab in Islam. Nobody says you should have hijab. Okay, he uses the term the right coverage, and that's the main issue in Iran. The law is not clear, and they recently tried to clarify the law, but then the conservatives were the ones that no, don't clarify the law, because when they clarify the law, they can't put crazy punishments because people will be revolt. So they want to have this sort of flexibility in the law. They want to have that gray zone. So the police guy says whoever doesn't support, and they put the nicest police guy. I mean, you couldn't hear him. He was that the sweetest was, look, if you don't have the right coverage and you insist on breaking the law, the police is forced to, with respect, obviously, with respect, take your hand and guide you to your. So there was a bit of exaggeration, I feel, on the transport thing, but. On a more interesting side, they sentenced this guy to death. This guy. This guy is, and they are like DW. He was a German citizen, and they brought his daughter later on. Play a bit from his daughter, and then I guess react to that. End it with that. It's later on. His daughter is doing a interview with here. Perfect.
For over 1,000 days, being tortured, not being able to see anybody but the people who torture him and who try to get forced confessions out of him. And that breaks you. Even the strongest person breaks under these kind of pressures. He's been put through 8 sham trials, and I have to correct you. He wasn't put in court because of terrorist attacks or something. This is part of the propaganda that the regime puts out. He was tried for corruption on earth. That's a made-up charge that they give all of the dissidents, all of the people who are against the regime, who are outspoken like my dad. You don't have to commit a crime to be charged with corruption on earth or war against God. And they give you the death sentence just for speaking your mind. So we have to really correct and be careful that we don't repeat.
Where do you attack this guy? No, play a bit more. Play with
the regime. My father is also not an Iranian German.
Here.
He's just a German citizen with a German passport, living for 40 years in Germany.
Before commenting on what she said, I just like to say the first time I listened to this video, and I had not seen her. And I like to say, my political stance aside, I really like to, if she's not married or something. Yeah, I had no idea. If I knew you were this pretty, I'm basically saying I would not take the positions I'm about to take. But but she's partially right that but corruption on earth is almost exclusively given when somebody is working against the state. So it's kind of like a sedition act type situation which they had in America. And so I don't think she's right that, I mean, of course, every government uses the sedition sort of laws in a very arbitrary manner. But I don't think Islamic Republic, I mean, maybe in the first years of revolution, it was crazy, but nowadays it's pretty, you know what I mean? It's very, everybody knows the game. Secondly, I think we discussed this before on the show. Did you see she mentioned the fact that he's not an Iranian, he's a German citizen. Yeah. Iran is, I think, one of the very few countries that basically it's not up to you. Like, and I completely agree with that. Your nationality is not up to you. That is sort of, you can't.
You renounce your nationality.
You cannot
like
renounce
if Iran
your
thinks
citizenship.
You're Iranian, then you are Iranian, like no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
And
you
the
cannot
same thing
renounce
with
your
religion, right?
citizenship.
Unless you're a specific other religion,
There
which
is no
they
religion.
would agree to, like then you're Muslim, right? Like an Iranian, if they're born. Like let's say if someone is born and they like I guess I mean,
No,
you're
no.
not another specific religion, I guess, which is
Unless
maybe
you
the
are
religion
from
of your parents, then you're considered as a Shia.
Muslim people in Iran, basically all Shias are considered 12er Shias, and even other kinds of Shias, they cover it because they will face harassment. In fact, I would say if you're a Shia minority, you will face way more harassment than like any other religious minority. But just generally speaking, they recognize you if you're from a religious community, right? For example, if like Armenians are Christian, they have Christian, but you can't sort of become a Christian. I mean, you can, but then you become, they can. Like first, there is no legal, like nobody registers your religion in Iran. So it's kind of like again, it's gray area. Well, yes. I mean, they legally they are not, nobody's allowed to ask you for your religion. But if you want to work for the government, there's a whole department that they do a background research on you, and if you're not a 12er Shia, you can't work for them. So I mean, it's legally, like, if that's the thing. I mean, in my interview with Jean Bajalan, I think before the interview he mentioned it, that in Iran, like legally, like if they go according to law, everything is okay. It's just like there is this whole parallel situation to the law we have. But I don't know, man. I do agree with the Islamic Republic on the nationality thing, though. I don't think you can. I don't think this bullshit that, oh, I renounce my citizenship. What fuck? Like, what is this? Like kindergarten? I changed my kindergarten.
But what if, like, no, but what if
you can't do that? I'm sorry.
No, but what if, like, then they're like, okay, fine, but so pack your bags and leave, and you can't have anything here, and then
Oh, you renounce and they say you should leave?
I mean, that's usually the case anyway, I'm guessing. Like,
they usually leave, then they renounce. No, man.
No, but I'm saying, would you be against it?
No.
I would say, would you still be against that?
Against what?
Against, like, okay, people renounce, they leave, they're not in the country anyway. So would you still be against that? Do you think you should not be able?
Yeah. They should, at least there should be a 5-year probably period where they should be kept in lockdown. Because they know too much. I'm sorry. Well, and then with 5 years, they labor camp. They should pay back all the asphalt they used, all the water pipes they used.
They paid their taxes for that, so they covered that so far.
The tax system wasn't good enough before. With labor camp.
There you really get your money's worth.
After labor camp, you can leave. Go fuck off after you paid back. And they become refugees, and they're like, in Iran, fuck, I don't know. I'm sorry, I hate, like, these people who go to Europe and like pretty much work against. I mean, I'm sorry, man, there is a line. Even I hate the Islamic Republic, blah blah blah, But there is a goddamn line. You can't just go to a foreign enemy state, work against Iran, and then say, oh, it was illegally. They stole us in Turkey. What do you want? Like, if they didn't do that, they wouldn't be doing their job. That's like literally Islamic Republic's job description. You know what? I don't know, man. Like, if I was working against the state, I would be expected to be kidnapped. I'm just saying. That's just comes with the territory.
If you were working against the state, you would expect.
I was fighting against the FBI, and can you believe it? They tried to stop me. It's unbelievable. It's not
you
fair.
Would hear that. But okay, all right. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, but can you edit like maybe this end out, because she's really, I don't know. Do you think she's single?
It's an easy thing to edit, so let me know.
Do you think if we edit this out, me from Tehran has a chance with the politics you know I have?
But then what's the point of editing it?
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna come out anyway, so what's the point?
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I will see you in our next video. Thank you.